are closing costs when buying a house or condo? Okay, closing costs are fees and expenses that homebuyers need to pay when purchasing a property. These costs can vary depending on the location and the specific property. I really wish somebody had told me about these costs when I first purchased my condo. This was long before I was a broker, by the way, but I had no idea what I was in store for, nor did I have $1 of this extra money put aside at closing. My name is Kori Marin. I'm a real estate broker and co-founder of Fox Marin Associates, a boutique real estate brokerage located in downtown Toronto. This is my personal playlist on our channel, Real Estate Confessions, a video podcast for your unasked property questions. Here, I will answer all the questions you are afraid to ask just one episode at a time. In Toronto, there are going to be some additional costs due on the date of your closing, the day you become a homeowner. I'm going to outline some of these potential costs today so you're not blindsided the same way I was back in the day. I want you to feel prepared and I want your eyes to be wide open before diving into the home buying journey. First of all, the beautiful, the lovely land transfer taxes in Toronto. Buyers are responsible for paying both the municipal and provincial land transfer tax. The amount you pay depends on the purchase price of the property and it operates on a sliding scale. Now remember, if you are a first-time home buyer, there is a land transfer tax rebate. If you're buying a $500,000 condo, your land transfer taxes will come in just under $13,000. If you're buying a $3 million home, your land transfer taxes will come in just under $122,000. These taxes are due at closing in cash and cannot be rolled into your mortgage. I'm going to include a link to the land transfer tax calculator in the comments section below as a resource just for you. Now remember, if you are a first-time home buyer, there's a land transfer tax rebate, so be sure to check off that you're a first-time homebuyer before you figure out your results in the calculator. Second up, you're going to need a real estate lawyer to help you with the legal aspects of buying a property. They review the agreement of purchase and sale, they conduct a title search, and they register the new title. Legal fees can range from $1,000 to $2,500 or more, depending on the complexity of the transaction and your purchase price. If you need help finding a really good real estate lawyer, hit me up in the comment section below or send me a DM and I will be sure to help you out. Title insurance. This is an optional expense, but many buyers choose to purchase title insurance to protect against potential issues with the property title, such as liens, encroachments, or fraud. The cost of title insurance typically ranges from $250 to $450 and more. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it, and this is going to give you peace of mind. Another cost, a home inspection is highly recommended to ensure the property is in good condition and you can identify any potential issues. The cost of a home inspection can range from $500 to $800 and more, depending on the size and complexity of the property. If the seller hasn't provided a pre-list inspection, this is something you may want to consider and budget for when considering a Toronto home. Another cost is appraisal fees. If you're getting a mortgage, your lender may require an appraisal to determine the property's value. Appraisal fees can range from $500 to $600. This is also something you can ask your mortgage broker to waive or pay for on your behalf. And don't be shy, you are buying a house. Another cost, mortgage insurance. If you're making a down payment of less than 20% of the purchase price, you're likely going to be required to purchase mortgage insurance. The cost of mortgage insurance, again, is based on the size of your down payment and the purchase price of the property. Another cost people forget about is property insurance. Most mortgage lenders will require you to have insurance in place before you close on your new home. Property insurance costs in Toronto can vary depending on several factors, such as the property's location, its age, size, construction type, and the coverage that you choose. In general, property insurance rates in Toronto can range between $800 to over $2,000 per year. Property adjustments are something else you'll have to consider. These are the amounts that are owed by the buyer to to the seller or vice versa at the time of closing the real estate transaction. These adjustments are made to account for expenses that have been prepaid or owing to one party or the other based on the closing date. So if you are closing on a property halfway through the year, you're splitting these costs between the buyer and the seller. Makes sense? Some common property adjustments include your property taxes, utilities, condominium fees would be split up halfway through the year, rent and security deposits. If you're buying a rental property, you might need to adjust for any prepaid rent or security deposits held by the seller. These are some of the common examples of property adjustments at the time of closing. What's going to happen is your real estate lawyer will calculate all of these adjustments and ensure they're accurately reflected in what's called a statement of adjustments. This is a document outlining the final details of the transaction. Finally, HST, the harmonized sales tax. HST only applies on the purchase of new homes and condos, but not resale properties. In Ontario, including Toronto, the harmonized sales tax, HST, applies to the purchase of newly constructed homes and condominiums. While the HST is applied to the purchase price of the new property, there are certain rebates available to help offset some of the tax burden for end users, such as the new housing rebate and the new residential rental property rebate. Keep in mind that the process of applying for these rebates can be complicated and there may be additional conditions to consider. It's essential to consult with a knowledgeable real estate lawyer or tax professional to ensure you understand the requirements and the application process for HST rebates. This is a good list. This might not cover everything, so it's absolutely essential for you as a listener to discuss these costs with your real estate agent, with your lawyer, and your mortgage broker to get a clear understanding of the potential expenses associated to purchasing a property in Toronto. I did not know any of this when I acquired my first condo, and let me tell you, I was very much blindsided on the closing date. If this was helpful to you, please like and subscribe to this playlist. It's great that you're tuning in. I really appreciate your comments and feedback, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.